denies defection plans, just as Tinubu's ex-aide vows to plot his 2027 defeat.
Well, these are politicians talking, and so you should not be surprised. People, they will talk from the side of the divide that they stand. And Damagun, Damagun is the acting national chairman
of the PDP, yeah.
Of the PDP that is already embroiled in crisis.
He's embattled, yeah.
He's embattled. So
yeah.
If he defects, then it means the boat has finally capsized. But it's good that he has given...
As the captain of the ship.
As the captain, it's good. Because if the captain of the ship should leave the ship, then the ship will become rudderless.
They say he's the last man to leave the ship.
The captain. So if the first man to leave if he becomes the first man to lead the ship, then you know that there's fire on the mountain.
All right, of course, the Dangote PMS aviation for August 15. The picture story on the front page of The Guardian shows Mr. President, Governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, Reverend Father, the National Security Advisor, the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, and of course the Inspector General, Egbetokun. All right, we have next the punches here, and the lead story is Benue bloodbath. CDS, IG launch cross-border manhunt for killers. Mr. President has asked them to go after.
No, it's important. It's to send a message.
It's imperative. Yeah.
Yes, it's imperative. It has no two. There's no alternative to finding the killers.
Yeah,
they must be made to account for that humanity. I wish them Godspeed in doing their job.
Yeah. 2027, APC talks tough as pressure mounts on Tinubu's running mate. You've heard the Wahala.
I've heard the Wahala, but I think the Wahala, if you look, I think the Wahala, I don't know where it's coming from, but maybe they are just trying to test the waters.
Well, there are some folks who are finding up this Muslim ticket.
Absolutely. We have seen it before. We have seen it before. So I know with time it will, the flame will be extinguished.
Okay. How about the Tribune? The Tribune is here, and the lead story is this one. Dangote's Bonanza. It's on the front page. We can't wait for it.
Of course, we can't.
But August 15
is
almost here, so we'll wait. At least now we don't wait since. Yeah, Benue. Defense chief vows to take battle to terrorists as Tinubu visits state tomorrow.
We don't expect anything less than that from our security agencies, and we expect that the tower meeting being convoked by Mr. President over these recurring killings on the Benue will be one that will have a lasting impact.
All right, here we have the Daily Sun, and the lead story is this one: outrage, escalating insecurity in Benue. Naturally,
yes, of course. There's nobody who is not outraged. Any sane being will be outraged, and we are here on this program, and that is why we condemn those killings. We implore the security agencies to ensure that the killers and their sponsors are found and made to face the full wrath of the law.
Yeah. Atiku OP accusing the federal government of sloppiness in regards to the...
Well, that is politics for you, because when such breaches of the law will happen, it will not tell anybody. But again, I think it should be a wake-up call to our security architecture. How are we ensuring that they interface with the locals? Because the locals have a lot of information to pass around, and that will go a long way, in strengthening the security. I said earlier on that the greatest actor, the biggest, the main actors, let me use that word, the main actors for providing security are the people. The people must ensure that they conduct themselves, they carry out their activities in a way that does not jeopardize their security as well.
But again, in agreement with what you said, a lot of intel intelligence.
We can also be still
it.
from the locals.
Still in the Daily Sun, Ganduje condemns attack at APC Northeast zonal stakeholders meeting.
Yes, I watched, and it was linked to the vice presidential candidate of the APC for the 2027 election. I'm not sure the president has told anybody.
We have not. Yeah, we have not.
INEC has not blown the whistle.
Yeah. So, all right. The Daily Trust is here, and the lead story: Benue killings. David Mark warns of self-defense as Tinubu visits.
Well, I don't expect somebody of David Mark's status and stature to be speaking in this manner. David Mark was a military chief and a one-time president of Nigeria Senate. I think David Mark knows more about in security matters. So I expect David Mark to also interface with his constituency to see how Nigerians can be safe wherever they are domiciled. They don't have to be Benue people to be safe alone. Any Nigerian, anywhere in Nigeria must feel safe. And that is the responsibility of our leaders, of which David Mark is one.
Okay, the last but not least paper is This Day. And two big stories here. Tinubu reschedules visit to Kaduna, heads to Benue tomorrow to calm nerves over persistent killings.
Yes, we said it in the other papers that Mr. President going to Benue is to go and oversee situation on ground and give his opinion with presidential directive.
Yeah.
But most importantly, I will repeat it again. Mr. President can only admonish, can only send the security agencies after perpetrators of crime.
Yeah.
Instigators, they know themselves, whether within or outside. It is now for us to appeal to them, to put humanity first and refrain from acts that, will cause bloodletting.
All right. Enough is...
It's too much.
Okay, the other one is in CBN's return to orthodoxy. First hold company faces $887 million exposure. They're talking about some banks here, facing headwinds over ITO and WAMCO loans.
I think the CBN is returning to...
I'm out of here until the next time. Bye-bye.
Legacies. And I'd like to say thank you again in honor of